Hey guys, Patriot Picker here. My name is Chris, and in this video we are about to show you, which is the last part of the 100-mile yard sale with my friend DJ. Uncle Bubba came down to visit, and in this video, in the last part, we're going to talk a little bit about some more stories about what we found, and even introduce you to a little game that we decided we were going to play. It's called Who Was the Best Picker at the 100-mile yard sale. So you will see in the video how we set it up. It's a lot of fun. It was very funny. And you'll be able to go back though and look at the previous videos of the 100-mile yard sale on my channel to determine what all DJ found, what all I picked up, and who's going to win the prize. And you'll see what that prize is in this video. And if you would do me a favor, please, go down into the comments section and tell us who you think won. And no one will be offended, believe me, because more than anything, we value friendships and we value fun, and we had a great time together, and we wish you had been here with us to experience it. So anyway, here's the story. All right, guys, we are back and we're rolling. We want to pick back up where we kind of left off a while ago, and we're going to talk about that basement situation again. One more time, because even though it might have sounded like a negative situation, there was actually something positive about it, because we can always turn something negative
into a positive.
Exactly. So one of the things that he came up with was that we ought to do for this 100-mile yard sale was something that we picked up in the basement as well, was this crazy wrestling belt. Okay, it probably looks real on camera, but it's really not. It's coming from the World Wrestling Entertainment Incorporation. It's just a kid's, I guess, wrestling version, of acting like they're the big, champion wrestler. But DJ come up with an idea of what we should do with this, and I'll let him tell you real quick.
I picked it up, and it's literally just foam, nothing to it. The guy said, if y'all want that, go ahead and throw it in. I don't care. But I told Chris we were coming back down, we were telling a story about it. I said, remember that wrestling belt he threw in there? I said, I think a good idea would be, as all these videos come together and you post them, have your viewers choose who had the best pick between Chris or I.
Yeah.
And we will become world champion 100-mile picker for the weekend. And it's just something crazy, something fun. It doesn't mean anything, but you know who to vote for.
Vote now, right?
Vote often. Yeah.
So really,
I think it'd just be something fun to do.
The winner will receive this golden wrestling belt, the world champion picker. Okay, so we're gonna throw that down inside. We're gonna talk a little bit more about some stories now with you. Okay, I want to talk about how awesome it is to meet people. It really is. This isn't part of my story, but just real briefly, we were out picking and we ran across my own neighbors. You just never know who you're going to run into. Right. My own neighbors were set up at a place that we visited. We're going to talk about in a little bit. And you get to talking with them. Oh, where are you guys from? And the next thing you know, we're your neighbors, and I'm like, what?
Literally, his neighbor's 2 doors down. He didn't know.
And so talking with them opened the door up for a better possible, I'm not going to make any promises, but a better possible opportunity for myself in the future to maybe pick some other items from their own home. And it's all about networking. And I don't know about you, but good gracious, we ran into a lot of pickers. We are learning how many
out there.
Yeah, how many more pickers there are out there. that are not just like us, but that are professional. Did you see that one guy?
Yeah, that one guy, he came to the yard sale, slammed his car in the park, and was literally running up the hill to the sale. By the time we walk up to the sale, he was turning around and running back down to his truck.
I mean, it's that quick for them. You know, they do this for a living, you know, and every day, you know, they're at some other place sourcing, you know. So that brings me to my next story. We went to a place, there's a famous place here in Lynchburg. It's actually up the road from Lynchburg called Mad Bitties, and it's basically just an antique store. They have booths, and you can rent a booth, and then you can put your merchandise in the booth. And during this 100-mile yard sale, I'm having a hard time saying that real fast.
It's called the Route 29.
Yeah, Route 29 yard sale, thank you. We were able to visit this location where there was a lot of vendors set up along with outside the antique store. One of the things that we had the opportunity to do is to walk into an area where the lady screams out, everything in the buckets
is $1.
Is $1. You know, when you as the picker hear that, you're just like, oh yeah.
That's the beeline right there and just dive in.
Yeah, because you never know what's in a bucket, you know, in a bin or a tote. Basically, they were totes.
Right.
You just start digging through, you know, and as you dig through, you find things that you, well, for a better way of saying it, you can flip them.
Right.
You can flip them. So one of the things that I found was this vintage American Greetings Ziggy tablecloth. Now, we all know Ziggy all the way back into, I think you were telling me, the 70s, right?
78, I believe that's what Ziggy.
Yeah.
Maybe earlier.
Yeah, 70s, late 70s, early 80s maybe. Right. But it sounds really crazy that a tablecloth would sell on eBay, but I'm going to give it a shot and it's going to be listed. Now, as I began to talk to the lady there about her totes, she happened to be somebody who has a booth on the inside of this antique store. And the lady who owns the antique store allows these folks to be vendors outside during the yard sale. And so she says to me, you like Ziggy, then you ought to go into my store and pick up my Plush Ziggy because that would make, you know, a good gift for somebody. And at that point, I don't know if she knew that I was a reseller at that time, but I said, are you saying inside the antique store? And she was like, yes, go on inside and get him. And sure enough, here he is, the real Plush Ziggy. And on the front, it says, guess who loves you? And I think that was one of the famous quotes from this little guy. But this guy dates all the way back into, it's in Roman numerals. I'm going to give it a best shot and say 1975, okay? I may be wrong on that.
They had plush in Roman times?
Exactly. Ziggy was out in the year 650 AD, right? Wrong. Somewhere around there. So my little story about that is just simple stuff. It's called networking. In networking with this lady, I was able to share my eBay store and also talk about Patriot Picker with her. And if she subscribes, then that's one more for me. Now we're going to turn it over to DJ, and he's going to talk a little bit more about something. What's that?
I'm going to talk about those Walt Disney preview movies.
Okay. This is a really one. This is a good one.
I picked these up. This is the Brave Little Toaster. I know he's in there upside down. And here he is. White Fang. If you can see, it says preview. What does it say? Preview tape. Walt Disney preview tape. Doing a little bit of research on them.
Yeah, what's that?
There's not much research on them. Well, what I believe, these were put out to maybe the VHS, like your Blockbuster, local VHS rental stores. They had these out, and they let the customers see them before they went to VHS to tape. I believe. I'm not sure.
Well, they're VHS.
Yes, they are VHS.
But what he's saying is before they started being sold or rented out as a movie,
right,
they get to be previewed first.
So I found a few listings on these, but none have sold. But the main reason I bought them was because I've never seen them before.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, neither has Kevin. Neither has Commonwealth Picker.
Yeah.
And he's seen everything.
We showed him to
twice.
him.
He even said
5 times.
5 times. And he hasn't seen them. So I'm glad I picked them up. I don't know if I'm going to list them or just hold on to them. It's just sometimes I pick things up just because I haven't seen it, or I like to say if I see something out in the wild without seeing it in somebody else's store or in a museum,
on eBay listed or whatever,
eBay listed, or in an antique store. If I see something out that's not already being shown off, I'm going to pick it up.
And then the cool thing is, how much did these cost you?
Yeah. Now, the story behind the sale of these, we rolled up on a sale, and a young girl, I think she just graduated 2020. She said, "Hey, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome."
She was a talker.
Oh, she was a talker. I think she could sell water to an Eskimo, to be honest with you. And she said, "Everything here has to go." She said, "I'm tired of packing it up. We said, okay. She wasn't really, pushing us to buy stuff. But hey, this is 10 cents. This is this is $1.
Great
this
prices.
is $1. I mean, great prices.
Yeah.
So we were looking around a little while, and she was pulling things out of bins. Yeah, I know y'all need this. I know you need this. And so I went down, saw these tapes, and I was steadily thinking about them. I was comping them out of my phone. There's nothing sold. I don't know if I want them. And right before we left, I said, if I don't at least ask, that's going to bug me for the rest of the day. So I went up and asked the girl. I said, how much are your VHS? She said, a nickel. Yes, you heard that right. 5 cents.
And you know where he went.
I said, you know what? I can't turn down 10 cents. So if they sell, I know they're going to sell more than 10 cents.
Exactly.
If I can keep them, I'm not going to lose sleep over 10 cents. And as we were leaving, she said, "Oh, you bought something. That means you get a free cup."
Oh, yeah, the free cup. Yeah. That was right.
There were no free cups.
She had a lot of plastic drinking cups of all kinds of shapes and stuff on this table. And she was actually standing behind this table the whole time she was talking with us. So it was like,
she was great. She was probably
gotta take a cup now.
Right. She was great. She was probably one of the best yard sellers that we came across. You always come across your friendly people who joke with you, carry on a conversation, but she was the nicest and probably the most entertaining. All of them.
I agree.
If you're watching, I don't know if you remember us, but you're awesome.
So it's stories again like that, guys, that help you maybe if you're a reseller, or even if you're entertaining becoming a reseller, that this method in which you go about doing everything in the reselling business is not predictable. It can never be predictable, No. And as we found out, I mean, here's the reality. Okay, we're telling you a cool story, but let's talk reality.
Right.
All right. Reality is that this particular movie, White Fang, is a pretty common movie. I mean, a lot of us saw it as kids, and well, maybe not as kids, but later on in life, and some of our kids saw the movie. Is this going to make him $50, on eBay because he found a preview movie? What do you think?
I doubt it.
Yeah, but is it going to make you more than 10 cents?
Absolutely.
So that's what you got to look for, is items that tend to catch your eyes as, I've never seen anything like this before. Right. And if you come across something like that, don't hesitate. Right. Pick it up, right?
Pick it up anyway. If you have to hold on to it for 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
Someone says, "Wow, I've never seen that before."
Yep.
You got them.
And we've got some more things we're going to show you in a second to back that up, right? All right. My next story is going to be the lead-in to that point I just made. So we pull up to this one yard sale, and of course, my wife and I are from this area, and so last year at this same time, everybody that follows me on YouTube has heard this story. If you've watched my videos, this is where we were introduced to Commonwealth Picker. This is how I got my start, okay? So at this same yard sale, my wife and I had been to this yard sale, and we had picked some things up before. So this year, when DJ came down, we automatically knew this was going to be a place set up for selling. Right. So we took him, we roll up, we get in there, and we start picking. They have bins all laid out, some tables. It's pretty busy. We start digging around stuff, and as we're going along, I kind of got to a point where I was like, well, I'm not really finding a whole lot, so I'm going to go see what DJ's doing up there in the front. I get up there to him, and he's digging around in this box.
In a
dirty old box. And it was a very small box. It wasn't anything big. And he's digging around in there. And I'm looking into the box as he's digging. And I'm thinking...
And I'm throwing stuff up.
Yeah. And then he's taking stuff out of the box and laying it up on a table for me to see. And I'm seeing things, and I'm thinking to myself, do I want it? Do I just give it to him, throw it back in the box? But he's on a mission, and I can't understand what's going on.
There was something in the bottom of that box. I never could get down to the bottom of it. I eventually did, but it took some time.
And as he began to do so, I'm still looking at these, and I'm going to show you what these are. Now, everybody remembers back in the day, in the 70s again, the 80s, we had all kinds of weird toys and things to do. We also had the vintage Viewmaster. Remember those things? Yep. And ours were round. And you look through it, you flash you pull a little button down, and the thing spins around and shows you little pictures. Well, before they were round, they were square rectangle looking things. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what a copy of one of those looked like right here. And they had different stories, just like they did when we were kids in the 70s and 80s. This is a 1957 rectangle version of where this would slide down into the Viewmaster, and you would do the same thing, and it would follow the story here, okay? This particular one here is Walt Disney's Zorro. And so he's laying these up on the table for me to look at, and I'm thinking to myself, do I really want them? I've seen them before, but do I really want them? And
there again,
yeah,
this is something I've never seen before. I've always seen the round ones.
Right.
Or the very, very old stereoscopes, where they're on the hard cardboard, from the early 1900s.
Okay.
Two different pictures, and you actually hold the screen way out in front of you.
Oh, yeah. I've seen those on TV. So while I'm looking at these, trying to determine what I'm going to do, what are you seeing?
I'm digging through this box, and I finally get to the bottom, and I said, why do they have bullets in the bottom of this box? I said, man, I need to tell them they got bullets in the bottom of this box, but I picked one up and said, hey, that's brass, but that's not real.
Yeah. Now, just before he goes any further, showing the bullet. Yeah,
there's one right there.
I'm a bullet expert.
Yeah, he's going to tell me what kind of bullet this is.
So I'm looking at these from the distance he's showing them, and I'm thinking, okay, when he pulls it up, I'm going to tell him, is that a 357 or is that a 40 caliber or whatever? Because I'm really seeing it, thinking it's a real bullet myself too.
Right.
But what did it turn out to be?
These are, as you saw in the other video, these are the Mattel Bandolero replacement bullets. Yeah. And I was looking through them and said, I doubt if I'm going to be able to get on camera, but it actually says...
On the back side of the top of the brass, it says...
It actually says Mattel.
Yep.
Made in USA.
Yep.
On the back side. So as I was digging through, I found 7 of them. And also as I was digging, I found 6 more of the silver bullets. So if you have any werewolves, you know who to call.
Or the Lone Ranger story.
That's right. And these are Lico bullets.
Okay.
Also from right about the same time period.
And these go into
the bottom of the box.
This is a child's version of a gun belt back in the day. You'd wear
like for Roy Rogers or
Cowboy Day, right? And back in the day, this is what we played with. You couldn't play with this anymore. It wouldn't let you. But what's so important about those? I mean, why would you even bother picking up a plastic bullet?
Because everybody needs replacement bullets for their belts.
And how rare is it?
Because kids, as kids, even back then, you drop them.
Yeah.
And for a collector, he wants a complete set of the belt.
Yeah.
And now he knows where to find them.
Yeah. And you wouldn't think that a little plastic bullet would be worth that much.
Right.
But in the hands of a collector, they pay good money.
Right.
So we're not making any promises, but flipping those could turn into a big deal.
And I paid $1. I paid $1.
Yeah.
For all 7 of these and all 7 of the other ones.
Yep.
So.
And then going back to, bringing you back to what he was throwing up on the table and showing me, I decided to go ahead because there were not just one of these, but there were a whole stack of them, and every one with a different storyline. And I think I paid, what was it?
$2.
$2 for all of these. And I went to start comping them out, and in this particular set right here, there's several, okay, in here. So I went to start comping them out, and these are going to probably turn $2 into probably a good 20 or 30, you think?
Absolutely.
So that's another part. Now, the funny part, we ain't even got to the funny part. The funny part is that DJ's in the box, and he's digging around, and he's pulling stuff up and showing it to me, and then he's finding these bullets, and the box is real small, and then I start digging around in the box with him.
2 big paws digging through this little box. I'm grabbing his hand, he's grabbing my hand. We're like, wait a minute here.
Yeah, there's no way both of us could be in the box at the same time. But I got so excited for him and me, I'm thinking there's something else in that box we're going to find. But anyway, we had a lot of fun, and that's going to lead us to another part of a story here. And everybody likes a story, obviously, about taking an item that you find and you get a really good deal on, and then be able to flip that item for a really good profit. And we joked around a little bit about what these bullets might bring and what these, old vintage 50s Viewmaster things might bring. But when it comes down to the hardcore reality, we're always looking for something that's going to bring us a big profit. Now, DJ's going to tell you a little bit about an item he's found here and the potential, no promises, never any promises.
Never promises.
But the potential that he learned from another reseller.
Right.
Take it away.
As we all know, we all watch different resellers. Of course, I watch Chris. I watch Kevin. Of course, I watch Part-Time Picker and Cincinnati Picker and a few other ones. Froggy Flips, DC Picker, some other fellas out there, and a few ladies. And we're always learning what they're finding, but they always find different things in their areas than what we can find. Just different geographical areas, or if you're in a more affluent part of your county or state or whatever it is. But I remember, I don't remember who it is, to be honest with you. It's either Cincinnati Picker or it's Part-Time Picker out there in California, where they've been picking up vintage roller skates.
I think it might have been John.
It might have been John.
Yeah, I think it was John.
Yeah. And they've been selling very well. I used to roller skate back in the day. I wasn't good at it. I stayed up about 2 laps, and that was about it. So just by watching him, kind of learning what he's picking up in a couple of the name brands, and of course condition for everything. And looking around, I actually picked up these awesome, I believe they're going to be 90s, Seneca Rink Master roller skates.
Woo!
Yeah, with the box. And I'll take them out, and I will show you the
always
condition.
good. Yeah, it's always good to show you guys this, because condition is almost everything.
In the collecting world, of course, in the reselling world, if we pick up something that's broken, we have to list it as broken.
Yeah.
And of course, that takes the price down. If it's dirty, we try our best to clean it up. Sometimes we can't, we'll have to list that. That takes the price down.
Yep.
But when you find stuff that is as clean and awesome
Yep.
as these,
And purple.
purple.
Yeah. Look at those wheels,
These
guys.
wheels. I don't believe the lady's probably, I'm going to say she was knocking on the door of 80 years old. She said these were her skates.
No way, Jack.
I don't know if she was skating when she was 60.
Yeah, she was.
Right.
She was doing
Right.
good.
She was roller derby mama or something. I don't know what she was. Maybe that's what we call this, the roller derby mama pit.
Yeah.
But these things are absolutely
Immaculate.
beautiful.
Yep.
I mean, look at the stoppers.
Yep.
Stoppers are just killer.
So we know those are going to bring a good flip.
Yep.
Now.
And it still has, I didn't realize it still has the bag that the shoes were wrapped in inside the package.
That's always
so I know just by a few, comping out, looking at the prices, the only thing that's going to hurt these things are the size. They're a size 5.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm still thinking, $75, maybe $90 for them, just because of the condition of them.
Yep.
Condition is everything. And I paid
Get ready.
I paid $1 per size.
Woo!
So I paid $5 for these skates.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it is.
So you never know what's out there. And there again, I just carried on a little conversation with the couple. They're an older couple, and she said, "Yeah, those roller skates were mine," and all the good stories behind that, and how she used to roller skate around, and her husband was sitting there just shaking his head. So I don't know if he was in disbelief for telling me the story, or just sell him the skates, honey, and get them out of here. But yeah. That's my story on my roller skates.
Rink Master
Seneca.
Okay.
Remember that name, everybody.
Be on the lookout, guys.
Seneca Rink Master skates.
All right. And that is just a few. We have a ton more. Yeah. Maybe we'll do some more in the future. But before he heads out, because he's probably going to be heading out tomorrow. But those are just a few stories. Wanted to bring it down more of a personal level and share them with you guys to get a feel of how much fun we've had.
It's been a blast.
It's just you can't have an expectation of what you think something like this is going to be for a few days until you actually experience it. We have a lot of hope that we're going to go out on something like this as big as it's advertised and hyped up to be, and we're just gonna kill it and make bring home truckloads full of merchandise to resell.
Every single sale we're gonna fill up 2 of these IKEA bags at every sale, man.
Exactly.
This is gonna be huge. This is gonna be awesome.
And
this is your neighborhood yard sale, up a little bit, but 120 of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus.
Yeah. And it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of driving. It's a lot of stopping. It's a lot of turning around and saying, "Oops, I forgot something. I got to go back." It takes a lot of prep, and most importantly, it takes a lot of patience, just like everything in life. And so we're glad you guys joined us, though, for these stories. We hope you enjoy them. And if you do, please say, hey, thumbs up. We really enjoyed what you guys did. Vote. But also, he's not going to let me live that one down. You're going to be seeing some of this footage to prove that I was the winner. And I get the belt. But we'll definitely be showing you that here real soon. So this is DJ Uncle Bubba. Yeah, and this is Patriot Picker, and we are signing out for good for the evening, and we look forward to sharing this with you guys soon. So we'll catch you guys again on
the flip side.
That's right, baby.